Welcome back, guys, from hip-hop to politics, restarting old beefs, and tariffs. We got a few things to talk about. First, we got an update on Canada-U.S. trade relations, and you guessed it, tariffs.
Yeah, Trump really wants to simplify things for everyone.
Yeah.
I guess the 90-day pause didn't really work out.
No, I guess it didn't, but maybe he'll unpause and then repause, and who knows what he'll do next. But we do got more Trump stuff. He's got a new big, beautiful bill.
Perfect way to ring in the 4th of July.
and him and Elon are starting to beef a little bit again, and we'll also tell you how that might affect Canada. Then Drake dropped a new track, and he was promoting his new upcoming album.
Yeah, so this Kendrick beef is starting up again?
Seems like it.
Was it ever over?
Elon, Trump, Drake, Kendrick.
Everybody's beefing.
I don't know, but he was talking a little bit of smack about Brown.
Yeah.
And then we got the Diddy verdict.
Yeah, so Diddy didn't do it? Or did he?
I don't know. Guilty, not guilty. I don't know. And last, broke or not, American or Canadian people are finding a way to go on vacation.
I mean, you gotta live, right?
I guess so. That's their whole logic, I guess.
In sports, we got the UFC might be coming to the White House.
That's pretty big news. I don't remember the last time any kind of sporting event was played at the White House.
I don't think there ever was.
I don't know if you're right or wrong.
Joey Chestnut won his 17th title at the hot dog eating competition.
Man.
Yeah, he came back, won the title. And OT signing with Texas Tech is going to sign for a record $5.1 million deal.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty big for somebody who's not like a professional athlete yet.
Yeah, it's a revenue sharing deal.
Yeah.
Deandre Ayton signed with the Lakers.
Not
they got
exactly,
their big three.
Not exactly a lob threat.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. And then Mitch Marner's in some new threats. He left the Leafs.
Okay.
And for off topic, we got an incident on a Disney cruise ship and a Doordash driver.
And stay tuned for the question segment at the end.
So, Trump and tariffs, this 90-day pause seems like it's come to an end, and this is what Trump is saying is next for the world and everyone for tariffs.
What I want to do is, and what I will do just sometime prior to the 9th, is we'll send a letter to all these countries. There's 200 countries. You can't talk to all of them, no matter how many people you have. You can't talk to all of them. We'll send a letter and we'll say we would consider it a great honor, and this is what you'll have to do to shop in the United States. We're like a department store to shop in the United States, and you'll pay a 25% tariff. We wish you a lot of luck, and that's the end of the trade deal. Just like the ships coming out of China, they were coming and loaded, and in the middle of the ocean, they were forced to go back because at 145% tariff, Walmart, nobody wanted their product. And that caused a big problem for China. And then I helped China. So by reducing it.
We still don't know. We don't have the clarity on what you're going to do with these expiration of these pauses. July 9?
No, I think I just thought I just said it. You ready?
You're going to send letters.
I'm going to send letters. That's the end of the subject.
I'm going to send letters.
Yeah. They're like past due notices for him.
Right? Yeah, the rent's due.
Yeah.
I kind of understand where he's coming from, though. He's like, tariffs are simple. Let's not complicate things. I'll tariff you. You tariff me back, and then we'll negotiate, right?
He's been saying that. The problem is he's the one that said we're going to get 90 deals done in 90 days, right?
Yeah.
He got 3 deals done? What was it? Like UK was one of them. I think he signed one with Japan, but he's also said that we're going to send a letter to Japan too, right? So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a lot of these trade deals that he was planning on negotiating. It seems like nobody's really budging. There's no negotiating going on, right?
Yeah.
And it almost feels like a lot of it has to do with him keep saying that, like, he's not really saying where the U.S. is on anything.
Exactly.
He's like, just give me your best offer. And then people present him something and he goes,
Not good enough.
We're just going to pause. And we're going to resume, right? So I guess it's hard to negotiate with somebody like that, right?
It has to be because he's like, he keeps going with these tariffs. He doesn't want a traditional trade deal where you have some wins and losses for both sides, right?
Yeah.
He just wants these tariffs. You send me a tariff. We'll see where our tariffs are at. That's all he's ever talking about.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's gonna hurt. Like it could hurt the U.S. too, right? Like if you're not getting these trade deals done and it's just tariffs, and then everyone's now sick of it, and it's like, okay, we're all facing tariffs, and they start tariffing each other.
Yeah.
Obviously, the U.S. being the biggest consumer base and the biggest economy in the world, they have more leverage, right, versus everyone else, right?
Yeah.
So that's why he is doing that. But I mean, I feel like Canada US is one of the biggest relationships
For sure.
and I don't know. I feel like he's a little bit like, screw it right now. He's like, I'm done. Like just talking about these little trade deals.
Yeah.
He's like, let's just leave it where it is. And like, because I even saw, that was one clip, he was talking about it on the 4th of July. He's like walking off onto Air Force One or something.
Okay.
And he's just like, yeah, we're just sending out letters. And he just looked like he was like, I'm just like done with this. And I'm just going to walk onto the plane and we'll figure it out tomorrow. Right.
You
Like,
agree with it or you don't?
yeah. But Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, he was talking about Canada's side of things while he was at Calgary Stampede, wearing his cowboy hat and all.
Oh.
Here's a clip.
How would you characterize this negotiation with U.S. President Donald Trump?
Look, it's unique in some respects in that, first off, they are conducting multiple negotiations at the same time, which is is difficult to do, and to some extent, they're telegraphing that it's actually they're going to make it easier on themselves to some respect by reducing the number of more detailed negotiations there. That's the first thing. Second thing that I characterize that's different about this is, and this you see this sometimes in negotiations, but they have multiple objectives. Some of it's strategic competition with China. Sometimes it's just whether or not they can have a trade balance. Some of it's about revenue for their budget. And of course, it's jobs for workers, also issues around the border and defense. Now, we can solve a lot of those issues in ways that are good for the people of Alberta, good for the people of Canada, and that's what we're looking to do with them. But when the person you're dealing with, or the country you're dealing with, has multiple objectives, jumps around a bit, and you've got to be nimble.
Yeah, so what's your approach? I guess, obviously, you're not going to give your strategy away to me, but as opposed to maybe some more straightforward negotiations, how are you approaching this one?
Well, I think the first is, best thing in negotiation, people understand what you're trying to achieve. And so we're looking out for the jobs of Canadians, not just today, but medium and longer term. And making it clear to the President, but also the Americans, that there's tremendous opportunity for us working together. You think of the energy patch as one of many examples. Think about artificial intelligence.
Like to me, I'm not like a Mark Carney fan or a big supporter, right?
Yeah.
But with what's going on, what he's doing there, like we could just laugh and be like, he's not saying anything. He didn't really say anything, right? But a lot of this has to do with, if you offend Trump, he reacts, right? And he'll react to a tweet or an Instagram reel or anything, really, right? Some sort of news soundbite or anything. So if you give him something, they're like, hey, listen, we're going to build for Canada strong or whatever. He's going to react to it, right? But there is this hypocrisy in Carney that, like, when he ran, he was like saying like, oh no, I'm the one to battle him and I'm gonna put him down, right? And then once you're in the seat, you're doing what you were kind of accusing or alluding to what Poilievre would be doing if he was to get elected, right? And what I find funny is that people who are like staunch Carney or liberal supporters, they'll be like, this is how you would deal with him, right? And what else do you expect him to do? What a smart, calm, collected prime minister, right? Why'd you have a problem with the other guy dealing with him that way?
Exactly.
Right? Because what are they both going to do, right? Canada doesn't have as much leverage as the U.S. does. Right? So you're going to have to give some concessions. And if you know that, this is the way that you're going to have to talk, right? If you're talking any other kind of way, it's going to end up being worse for Canada.
Like, I agree with you. I do think this is the way to handle him because you can't piss him off, right? It's not going to work out well for you. But that is the annoying part about it. Like, you were all elbows up. He was supposed to be tough on Trump. Right. He was going to get him to the table, get him to agree with him, right? The approach he's taking, I don't personally disagree with. I think you have to take that approach with Trump. But come on. You said you were going to go handle this guy, right? That's not what you're doing. You're kind of caving. Like, they're accusing you already with that DST. The what's her name? The press secretary? I forget her name. Oh, but she's like
Caroline Levitt.
Caroline Levitt. She was like, he caved, right? Like, they're throwing it back in your face. And he's remaining calm, as he should. I think that's the only way to negotiate with Trump. But yeah,
I think there is a part of this that's also, though, they understand that Canada is probably the biggest shoe to drop for the US, right? To like help their economy, to propel certain other trade deals that they have going on, right? And the Carney knows that, right? Like if something closes with Canada, it makes it easier for you to leverage what you have to battle China, right? Or whatever else you're trying to do.
Then you can move on with all of your stuff.
But I think because of that, they're just waiting, taking their time. He did his big, beautiful bill, and you'll probably see something happen eventually where a trade deal gets announced and he's going to be like, oh, it's the greatest ever or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Until that point, like
the greatest deal ever.
Yeah, that's how he usually is. Until that point, like it seems kind of crazy, but like anything that's USMCA compliant, Canada to this point hasn't really been paying too much tariffs to my knowledge, right? Like it hasn't. People are making a lot more of it. I even saw the US Canada ambassador Hoekstra.
Yeah,
he was talking about it when they try to press him. They're like, "Yo, you think you'll have a deal by July 21st?"
Yeah,
when the deadline's up. He's like, I can't say, but you know, Canada's a very important trading partner for us. He's like, obviously Canada's not like the rest of the world, the other countries getting this, these letters. Canada's not going to be getting one.
Okay.
No, Canada wouldn't be getting one, right? Because they already have like their own situation going on, right? It was like whoever was negotiating, but you never know. They could also get
you never know with Trump, right? I feel like a bit of it is, I don't think he cares if he has a trade deal in place. I think he's fine with these tariffs and just it being a little crazy because it's impacting Canada way more. I think Canada wants a trade deal done so they can move on, make other trade deals and stop worrying about this thing, right?
That is a part of it, man. But I don't know, like the way that Canadian politics is shaping out, this has nothing to do with the tariffs, right? The one annoying thing that, like, if you're going to have criticism of the federal government in Canada right now, is I swear this has to be some sort of record for the amount of days they've taken off in a year.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think if I was reading it somewhere, they're on pace to do work less than 120 days in Parliament or something if they work majority of the fall and winter.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to have taken off so many days and done basically nothing. Right? And there was like a whole platform on how he's different or Carney is, right, than Trudeau. Right?
Yeah.
In what sense? What has changed since the guy's come in, right? Like, I was a little bit just thinking of it, not just to criticize him, right? Like, I would do the same thing if there's a conservative prime minister, right? Like, if you are saying that you're different, in what way? Like, what's been going on?
Do something.
Nothing's been going on. It's just business as usual, life as usual. We're just moving forward.
It's more or less just like it was with Trudeau.
It's just that he's a little bit better with, he's not naive enough to just say things and realize that Trump's going to react to certain things, and he's better at that.
Better at holding his composure.
Yeah. Other than that, like, I don't think I've seen any different, anything crazy yet.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, let's move on to more Trump stuff. This big, beautiful bill. Here's a clip of Trump signing the bill on July the 4th.
That was a good one. Wow.
Look at it. There's his bill.
It's a good one. He's so proud.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Mr. President, this is the gavel we use to enact the big, beautiful bill, and I want you to have that for your...
Who is that? Oh, it's like a...
Oh.
Yeah.
Now he's a judge.
There you go. There you go. He nailed that in pretty hard.
Yeah, he is. I think he does his dance. But he was excited about his bill.
Yeah. There we go. There we go.
That's so jokes.
Right?
I can't believe this guy just has his signature dance.
Yeah, right? But so this thing definitely is a little controversial. People have been hating it, loving it. Even the vote went 51-50 right down the middle. Vance had to break the tiebreaker. Right? But the pros for it are basically there's some permanent tax breaks. There's some business incentives. You have short-term economic boost. The early forecasts anticipated modest GDP gains of 0.5 to 1%. And border defense and funding.
Right.
That's basically it.
I feel like a lot of it does favor like a right wing, obviously, ideology, right? Like increasing defense spending, kind of cutting socialism. So like the same people, in the same way the critics were saying that the tax cuts that they do have, it's only going to favor the rich. Right. And the Medicaid's a huge one for Dems, especially. Because
people are really upset about that.
Yeah, they're probably going to force millions of Americans off of healthcare.
Yeah.
They're just not going to have healthcare. Because they're doing so many cuts, but they're saying like to make the cuts to spend in other places that make more sense, right? So that's a huge one for the Democrats that they were kind of really annoyed with. And then obviously there's a deficit, it's going to go up. It does with any bill though. Everyone's deficit always goes up and they always make a big deal out of it. It's been happening forever.
The deficit's like a football, right? It just gets thrown back and forth, right? And everyone always thinks that they're going to cut the deficit.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
I've never seen a deficit cut in government.
I mean, in Canada, we don't even know what it is, right? Like, they're just, we're just taking.
Remember theirs too? Their budget came in like 20 billion above what they predicted.
Yeah, and Canada's deficits obviously aren't on the same level of the US because of sheer size. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, those are some of the reasons. I feel like it depends on whatever side you fall on, right? Like if you're in Canada, I would like to see tax cuts and incentivizing businesses and stuff, right? But again, like over here, the guy's saying that he's going to spend on military and there's no budget cuts yet, right?
Nothing yet.
But all he has shown though is that like if 5% doesn't mean 5%, it means 3.5%, right? So it kind of tells you like read the fine print whenever any of these things are given out, right?
For sure.
Well, we'll see what happens there. But Elon is starting to talk again. Did you guys see he was trying to make this third party?
Yeah, the America Party or something?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to feel about that. Because like if you look at like we don't have a two-party system in Canada, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like how I feel like there's this misconception in the US whenever they talk about anything, right? And they'll say like the two-party system is so divisive.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have three parties, that third party is naturally it's not going to be the centrist party.
Yeah.
They're naturally going to lean one way or the other, right? Like
probably more aggressively one way.
Yeah. Traditionally, what was Canada, the way that it was designed was that it was supposed to, conservatives were the right? NDP is the left, right? And liberals are supposed to be the center, right? Now, liberals are like basically NDPs. They're the same party all the way on the other side and conservatives on the right.
Yeah.
And it almost seems like to me that conservatives are the center party.
Closest thing to center in this country.
If you, in American terms, right? Like the way that
100%.
they look at politics in the political spectrum, the conservatives would be on the center side.
They'd be like Democrats.
Because of the way that certain social issues and stuff where the conservative party in Canada ends up falling, right?
Yeah.
So to me, I feel like I don't know if three-party system. I don't know if this is all just talk and he's frustrated. He's like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna, start my own party. Like that's what it feels like.
It was the EV rebate. It's gone now, right? $7,500.
Yeah.
You think it's just that? I think it's more than that because he knew about that rebate the whole time before the bill even went in. Before they were discussing it, he always knew that they were getting rid of the rebate, and now he's just going, this bill's insane, it's destructive, it's going to get rid of American jobs. I think it's the actual bill. Like what he set out to do and what he thought Doge would accomplish didn't happen. And now he's like, this bill is crazy. I think it's more than they just keep saying it's a rebate.
Well, I think it's a couple of things. I think one, it's the rebate. Two, it could be the bill, right? Like if he cares about the actual efficiency and like the size of the deficit and stuff. Three, egos, man. You're looking at somebody who is the richest person on the planet, right? Who, when everyone forgets when Trump was going through those legal battles, right? When he had that meeting, like I've said it a couple of times with Elon, everything went away. Right. And Elon started funding his campaign. Like there was even rumors, or not rumors, there was like all these news articles written about like, is he doing it legally when he was offering people cash prizes to sign?
That was crazy.
Or whatever that shit was on stage, right?
He's like, vote and you'll get $1 million.
Nobody had problems with spending money and doing all that stuff then, right? Because you're getting this guy elected. And I think the way it works is that he thinks that there's no, I don't know him, but like I'm assuming he thinks that there's not enough appreciation shown there, right?
Yeah.
And which I feel like is dangerous. Right.
Sure.
So like, despite how you feel about Trump or whatever, if he's the leader of the biggest economy and the world's reserve currency and the mega power on the universe, right? You want him to be influenced by the rich guy?
Yeah.
No. Right? Like the president he shouldn't answer to Elon.
For sure.
Right. And it seemed like a lot of like, I don't know, when the elections were really fresh and Trump first became president, I feel like a lot of the people on the right didn't mind that Elon was in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
His kid was there. We were saying it from the get-go. Like,
it's weird.
It's weird. Yeah. Right? Like, imagine your biggest donors, his kids just around, running around, right? And then there's like, you saw the inauguration. He looks like he's like staring at a SpaceX himself, right? Like, I don't know what the hell he's looking at and all the controversy and stuff. But like, I don't know. A lot of it seemed like he just felt like a power dynamic there.
Yeah.
To me,
I feel like it could weirdly help his brand by doing that. By not having Elon around. Because there had to be people that thought that same way, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you not think he's influencing things? He's always there.
I think Trump is fine. I think Elon and like his brand I think his brand is being tarnished.
Yeah.
For sure, his reputation with all like the drug stuff too.
All of it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and it's not like he's doing anything to help on that front, right? Like, he's not coming out as like the good guy of anything. It just seems like it's all clout chasing kind of like, I don't know. It's weird.
It is weird.
Because he only goes against certain things to kind of just battle Trump.
And he's a contrarian, right? He has fun doing that. I feel like at the stage it's at now, it's just a pissing contest.
Yeah.
He's saying, oh, your bill sucks. This guy's like, I'm going to deport him. None of that's happening.
Hilarious.
It's all
hilarious.
He's just putting it out there.
Wasn't he saying he wanted to deport the New York
what's his name? Mamdani?
Yeah, that guy. He's like, yeah, maybe we should deport him. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll look into it. He might have to go.
Yeah, Trump's hilarious, man. Yeah.
Can you explain the healthcare thing? Like, why will people not have healthcare because of the bill?
Well, they're doing cuts, right?
To Medicaid.
Right? That's their major healthcare system they have here, like OHIP.
Yeah. Right. It's similar to that. They don't have free healthcare there, right? But depending on income thresholds and stuff like that. So like if like certain amount of funding is getting cut for it, right? Then certain amount of people like you remember that dental plan we were talking about? Right. Now imagine if everyone's used to that dental plan, right? And they've been using it for 10 years and then you're just like, now it's gone. So a bunch of people are going to be like, well, how am I going to get my fillings? Right. So like, but like if people who, I think what the dental plan is like 90K.
Yeah.
So it's like people who would make above 90K, they'd be like, we don't care. Right? Because if they were saving an extra $1,000 on their taxes, they'd be like, we don't care.
Yeah.
But then somebody always gets screwed. Right. And that's basically what's happening there. I don't know the exact numbers because I didn't like research it. Right.
And even in the States, the wealth gap's much bigger. It's a lot more people too, right? So there's a lot more people in a lower class. Right?
Talking about the wealth gap, don't you guys feel like we're kind of headed there here? Like I feel like people always think like, no, it's not possible, like such a massive wealth gap.
Yeah.
And just the other day I was thinking about like India, right? And I was like, the people who don't have money and the amount of people that don't have money versus the people who can even afford to buy foreign cars there, which is like a Ford F1, like Mustang or something. It costs a lot.
Any car you're buying,
right?
There.
That's like luxury rich people there,
Yeah.
right? So like it exists there. You think it's not going to happen here? That there's going to be a bunch of entry level jobs, and then like the rich are just richer, and whoever doesn't have money doesn't have money. I think the difference between the haves and the have-nots are going to be just that was weird. Just drift really far apart.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure. I think we should touch on the effects it's going to have to Canadians, though.
Yeah. Being Canadian, it makes sense.
One thing that stuck out to me is that the withholding tax on U.S. dividends, right now it's at how much? Like 15%, right?
It's at 30%, but because of Canada-U.S. tax treaty, it's reduced to 15%.
15, right? So yeah, the bill does have a clause in it if they deem necessary. It's very vague language, right? But they can increase up to 5% a year on dividends up to an amount of 50%. And that includes RRSPs, government accounts, anything. Crazy. Yeah, you get taxed that much more.
So on that front, It sounds like it's crazy.
No, I just like don't invest in U.S. funds then, no?
No, why wouldn't you? You're not taxed on the interest or the capital gains.
Yeah.
It's only on dividends.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not on withdrawing.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not on any of that. There's a withholding tax just on the dividend.
Okay.
But the obvious thing that would happen is your stock price would be higher, right? When you're buying it.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Right. Or it depends on how the market ends up playing it out. Right. But like dividend stocks aren't that popular amongst like somebody who's investing long term.
Yeah.
Right. So anyone investing in retirement accounts and stuff, they're not going to be holding an incredible amount of dividend stocks. The only reason you would eventually buy into dividend stocks is if you want recurring monthly revenue
Drip investing.
instead of right. That's the only reason you would.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would probably just, if you're an investor, just leave your stuff invested. If you have other assets like rental properties and businesses that are giving you monthly recurring revenue, right?
Yeah.
You don't really touch it.
Yeah.
Right. So it seems like it's a lot and like they're kind of overblowing it. They're like, oh my God, for Canadians who buy US stocks.
Yeah.
That's not going to stop people from buying the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. And everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, another thing they were saying is deficits obviously going up with the bill.
Yeah.
That's probably going to drive up interest rates. It's not going to keep them low for both countries, though.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary if it does, right? Because people are already complaining that they weren't cut, and there's already these rumors coming out about how they're not going to cut them for the rest of the year in Canada, right? And the state of the economy, they're decreasing immigration and the direction of this thing. And now, if you raise interest rates, I feel like we're right there.
Yeah. We might already be in a recession. They just haven't declared it, right?
The recession's one thing. A housing market crash is something completely different.
I mean, I could fully see one happening here, man.
Yeah.
That bubble's huge.
Yeah. No, if interest rates start going up now, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then obvious trade implications with the bill.
Yeah.
That's another one, but probably the major impacts on Canada.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with all of that. But let's move on to something that's not so political. Glizzy. He dropped a new track. So he was there's some video that turned into a live stream and people were kind of confused at what was going on with it.
I didn't get it either.
He's basically driving through Toronto and some fans are showing some love and some hate. Here's a clip.
So where? So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now. Pussy. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now.
That's pretty
We'll fold that up right now.
I didn't hear what he said.
Stop it. Stop it, brother. Yeah. Blessings. Blessings.
They got the top. This guy's Santa Claus. Just cruising around town.
Yo, I'm gonna. What up, G? Bless? Somebody else has to come drive this.
This whole thing was streamed.
Yeah, didn't it start off kind of like
that's just a shot of Toronto.
Yeah, basically he posted on his Instagram, like, come back at 9 p.m. And then people went, and it was like a link to his YouTube. And then it was a live stream, and it was really boring. It was like of a factory break room or something, and nothing was happening for so long.
Yeah.
And then he would come up a little bit in the break room, and then eventually, like, in the live stream, he started driving a truck, that Iceman, and then people started realizing, oh, this is actually live, and they were kind of showing where he was, and then so fans started going to that location. It was like Yonge and Dundas in downtown Toronto.
Okay. Like, I went and watched it back. I didn't watch the live thing happening, but I'm like, it was so boring.
Oh yeah, and he dropped his song. That's the main thing. So that song in the video, and then when he's driving, also he's like playing songs from his album.
Yeah, so. I did think that was cool though.
Yeah,
like if I was watching the live and all of a sudden you're like, oh he's actually driving. Oh, he's on the street. Like, I think it's an interesting marketing approach.
I feel like it's more from the younger generation, or
Yeah,
kids, like they all live stream. They crave this
Streaming,
authenticity stuff, right? Where like everything's happening right now, live.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what he was doing, right? Like he's kind of
Smart.
trying to play to that side of it.
Like you see this guy too. He's going on all the streams with these streamers, Aiden Ross, Kai. He's always going on their streams, right? And I personally think it's cool when any artist tries to attempt with their fans, like on an actual, like in their around them type of level. I thought that was
Other
cool.
than the Toronto man accent, I can't get on board with that. He doesn't talk like that. He's putting it on just for the stream.
Yeah, I mean, he's around people long enough. You start talking a certain way,
Mr.
but yeah, you could
Tumaza.
be putting it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that guy who was like, what did he call him? Was he like, "You're a bitch"? Right? Is that what he said?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but then like, why are you not going to say anything else after that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
But it's not like Drake jumped out of the truck or anything, right?
I
But
wish
like,
they showed his face though. They
Yeah.
showed the truck.
Yeah.
And you know that truck? That's an actual company in
Yeah,
Toronto.
yeah.
Really?
Iceman.
yeah.
Yo.
And like they have their phone number on the truck, and they were getting like
Yeah.
$100.
Imagine.
Yeah.
That's the best.
what do they do though? Sell ice?
Yeah, literally. Like,
That's it.
Yeah.
Even in the video, he's like carving ice. Like,
yeah.
I didn't really get it. Like,
His album's name is Iceman.
yeah, but what's Iceman even mean?
Diamonds, man. Iced out.
That's what it is.
No, he's making it
I'm
up.
old. That's what my generation was.
No problem. You might
Like
be
an
right.
iced out rollie or something. Like, yeah, that's what it
I don't
is.
know.
I
didn't
think
get
that's
it.
part of it, like jewelry, but it's also like supposed to be like he's so ice cold now, like his whole persona is.
So that's his whole thing. He's feeding into the
Yeah.
"you hate me, I'm the villain" type of deal.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I don't think it's a bad play, right?
Yeah.
Like, what else are you gonna do, right? And then he did also drop his new track, and everyone was talking about this
Lines in it.
this one verse where he's taking a shot at LeBron.
I'm back in your city tonight, walking around my head high. Please start giving out tones. What did I miss? When you was all in my crib, looking at hoes, word for word at all of the shows. You always felt like this, man. What did I miss?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, his dancing was. He was dancing so much like that. It was funny.
If you not the dancing part of it, but the song,
Yeah, sounds good.
Yo, I thought it was pretty fire. What'd you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I like this one.
I like the song. If this is how the album's gonna be, I'm here for it, man.
Yeah, like the discourse online was a lot of like, oh, I hate rapper Drake.
Yeah.
Like fake tough guy
I
Drake.
love rapper Drake.
Like
Yeah.
no matter what he drops, people just I hate this Drake. I hate
for
like
sure.
what the hell? Like he's just Drake, man. Like these are some of the type of songs he does, and if it's a fire track, it's a
I
fire
like
track.
singing Drake too. It's good. Music
It's
sounds
all
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if he drops that, they'll be like, oh, he's crying. He's always crying.
Yeah, no, I'm with this. Like, if he wants to reignite this Kendrick beef, let him.
Like-
what does he have to lose here? The cool,
Kind of over it.
you're kind of over it, but I think the cool thing here is now he's the underdog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kendrick's
Which
such
is
a
weird.
big dog. Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
Drake's the underdog now. Okay, cool then, right? Like, if Kendrick wants to respond to certain things, then go for it.
Like my
Right.
thing is if he's using it, it's clearly still bothering him, right? And he's still talking about it. If he's using it as motivation, like even players do it. Like Jordan used to make up feuds that he has with other players just to play better, right? If he's using it as motivation and good music comes out of it, I don't mind.
If they're so buddy,
Yeah.
right? Clearly,
Yeah.
right? Like you'll see him everywhere Drake was before.
Exactly.
Drake's wearing his jersey and shit, right?
Donating to his foundation or whatever.
all of that's going on, and then randomly out of nowhere, just because you go to LA and Kendrick drops a track and you switch sides, that says a lot more about LeBron than it does Drake to me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if like I don't see, like, you know, you're from Ohio and you're trying to pretend like you're from LA.
Yeah.
Right? And then like a little part of you isn't even Steph Curry was like, yo, I'm not gonna be
That's the one. Him and KD never really sold him out.
Yeah,
on the
like,
sports side.
Even if I wasn't like a Drake fan,
yeah,
right, the way I analyze these kind of situations, I can't respect somebody who does that.
Yeah.
Right, who's just constant. Like if you're a friend of somebody and you just need a reason to be on the cool side of things and the new in thing to do.
Yeah.
What did Drake say? I didn't catch it. What did he say about LeBron?
He said,
or imply?
He said, I saw you at the pop out.
Singing all this word for word.
Yeah, and then he's like, and you've been deriding since headlines.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know.
Even that people were just like, is it LeBron? Is it DeRozan? Is it, who's he talking about? That's how many people he has hating on him, right? You don't even know who the hell it is.
No, but like you said, I think he just was personally affected by the beef and all the people that turned on him. He just wants to let
Express
it out now.
that.
Yeah,
He should be affected by it though. It went on for a long time.
Dude, Kendrick's gonna drop another album in probably 7 or 8 years. This guy's gonna drop 40 albums by the time. Nobody's gonna remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what is he supposed to do, right? When people said he should just be quiet and go away, when he did that, people were like, look, he's on vacation. Look at him singing, right? And then they were like, oh, maybe you should just start making art. Everyone just says all this shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think he's doing whatever he should be doing. And to me, personally, these are kind of Drake tracks I like.
And
right?
this is what he needs to be doing, right? He's in the city, just like keep tapping into that market.
Yeah.
The other people are going to listen to you anyway.
And even
Nobody's not
people online are like, oh, Kendrick came and sold out. They had to do a second show. Like, we all remember they discounted prices like crazy to sell out these shows, right? And that's just how it is. And then there's a lot of, there's a lot of back and forth on like if you should be going to those concerts or not, or whatever that shit was, right?
Yeah.
But like, to me, I don't know, man. This whole thing, like where he's at right now, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Like people are like, nah, man, he's reigniting a beef. Everyone's so tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man. Toronto people were tired of Not Like Us. Like the way Not Like Us is, man, like anytime Canada's losing at something, like I was watching this one guy who was talking about it. He's like, if Canada loses at soccer, they play the Not Like Us. He's like,
it's like the anti-Canada anthem.
yeah, it's like if Canada loses at anything, they play that, and then there's still dumbass Canadians who are like, they not like us. You retards. But yeah, should we move on?
Yeah.
To the Diddy verdict. Can you pull up the picture of Diddy?
Okay.
Yeah. So Combs was found not guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy, avoiding possible life sentences. He was found guilty of 2 counts of transporting individuals for prostitution, each carrying up to 10 years. The judge denied his $1 million bail request. Sentencing is set for October 3rd, but it may change.
They tried to hit him with the RICO, right? It didn't really work out.
The RICO didn't work, but he's also he has somewhere around 66 civil lawsuits totaling over $55 million. Right.
Yeah.
So
he has to stay he's in jail till October then.
Yeah.
For now. Yeah.
He's been in jail for 9 months, I think, already.
I think so.
Yeah.
But there's a chance for early sentencing, like as soon as this month.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, first of all, I was not expecting him to get off. Like,
I told you guys.
Well, he said it right when the thing happened.
The racketeering stuff wasn't gonna stick.
That's what happened.
Right?
They tried too hard to hit him with a RICO case.
I think it's a good media case where there's so many headlines and like a lot of the stuff he did was like heinous, right?
Sure.
And everyone saw the tape and everyone's like, oh my God, right? This guy's guilty, right? And like you just tie the two. The statute for limitations in California for domestic abuse, he's well up beyond that, right? So he wasn't going to get charged on any state charge. This is a federal case, right? On a federal level, it's not like he's a mobster, right? Or there was some sort of gang activity going on where there's like all these.
That's what they tried to prove.
Yeah, so it's hard to prove that, right? Especially like with a jury, and then some of those text messages, like
that's what it was.
Yeah, like you feel bad for Cassie, right? But like a lot of those text messages seem like she was okay with it until she wasn't okay with it.
Exactly. That's where they kind of messed up. I feel like his defense was able to prove that a lot of these women, not even her, like other text messages, they were willing participants in these freak-offs. It's like they didn't know how freaky it would actually get. And then they got scared, right? So once they have that on text, you're kind of screwed, right?
And even the 2 charges I feel like he was found guilty of, right? They're saying 0 to 10 years and the maximum he can do is 20.
Yeah.
Right? But he can appeal though.
I don't think he's going to serve even the full 10 that he's going to get.
No, I don't even know if he'll get the full 10. And even if he did, he's going to appeal that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like there could be a situation where he serves no jail time. which is wild to think, right?
Yeah.
Which then makes you think about all of these other, like this whole Me Too movement and where it's kind of like headed.
Yeah.
Right. And how it went from where it was to where it is now. Right.
Yeah.
Like you saw the Baldoni, Blake Lively thing. We've talked about this a few times, right? You even saw Harvey Weinstein, Candace Owens is talking about him, right? Like in a little bit, right? Even that. Did you know she got subpoenaed to
Candace did?
for the Blake Lively and the Baldoni case?
Oh no way!
Yeah.
What the hell?
I saw she posted something I think a couple of days ago, but yeah, she's apparently gonna have to testify or something for that case, right? But yeah, I feel like a lot of where this whole thing is headed is there are some actual victims out there.
Yeah.
Right. And the way it's shifted now is gonna be harder for those victims to prove anything.
It's unfortunate, right? Because we all saw that one video with Cassie.
I don't get how R. Kelly got convicted, but he didn't.
Different time.
That's all?
Well, different
R.
time.
Kelly's was a RICO case too, no?
But the difference between R. Kelly's RICO case is that he kidnapped and trapped those girls, right? They weren't allowed to
like with this.
They weren't allowed to leave.
I'm not condoning any of it, right? It's all messed up, but a lot of it they were able to prove it's consensual.
Yeah.
Like the girls were down initially, and then he just started pulling out baby stuff. And
like it's not illegal to regret your decision. Like
exactly,
you can do some stupid shit and then regret it. Right? Like that's just what it is, right? Like you agree.
Even based on what everybody's saying and all these interviews you're seeing of rappers and stuff, it seems like everyone. You seen that one of Mike? He like moves away from him.
Yeah.
It's like everyone knew this guy was a freak. It's like they all knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen so many interviews recently of like the sex workers involved.
Yeah.
All the men and all the... but I don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
I just... You know what I found weird? When I was like... I just read a headline and it was like Diddy supporters celebrate outside
Oh, I saw that.
right?
I saw videos of people dancing.
I'm
Who?
I didn't know he had
supporting this guy.
Yeah.
Right? And then
There's
I see
a bunch
the
of
video.
men and women.
Yeah. They're like, yeah.
They're dancing.
What? Like, to me, it's like, okay, like I get it. The guy... There was no case, but if you're talking ethically and morally, like we all saw that tape.
Yeah,
how are you gonna support a guy that does that?
But think about like people that actually go to jail, and then the women that marry them, like people like
Oh
the
yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
having a prisoner pen pal. Weird.
Imagine your pen pal's Diddy.
Oh my god! But like, watch when this guy gets out, right? Like.
He's gonna party. He's gonna.
Do you think so?
He's a white
I think it did tarnish his legacy.
100%.
No, even in terms
I think I'm very confidently gonna say, guys, this I'm gonna.
Meaning that like I don't think he's gonna get out and start like making music.
This world's a weird place, man.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing anything.
Like nobody would have thought O.J. Simpson would have been on some podcasts and stuff like that, and he ended up. He wrote a book saying, "So what? I did it."
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
People are saying that because the jury that acquitted him were 8 middle-aged men, and that had something to do with.
But there's a whole selection process. They can vet the jury.
I mean, if you want to place blame on anyone here, it's got to be the prosecution, right? Like who else? Like if you're gonna legally look at it, right? Like it seems like, because then a judge is like, you could argue that a judge is gonna get annoyed that you're wasting the legal system's time and money, right? By just trying to pile on instead of proving what the hell is actually happening, right? Like you didn't have a case, right?
Yeah.
From the get-go, to me, it always looked like, even when this stuff started, when I first saw the video, I was like, that's messed up.
Yeah.
And right away, when it was like, that happened years ago, and then she got paid for it, and then the tapes came out, I was like, I don't know. To me, it just seems like they want to get him on that, but they can't.
They can't.
So they're just trying to find some sort of way to send him to prison.
Yeah.
Right? Which is he ethically and morally in the wrong place? Hell yeah. Outside of those cycles outside the courthouse, I don't think most people would agree with that.
That's crazy. I didn't know he had
People are saying if
supporters.
she didn't take the money, it would have been a better case for them.
Yeah.
If she didn't take the however million she took. But I don't know. I don't see that can make a difference.
That there's also the other side of it, which was that they knew this was a losing battle anyways.
Yeah.
And it was fought just to tarnish his reputation, legacy, and his whole brand.
But even if she's doing that, you can't blame her. It's like, I already got my money. I can't do anything. Maybe show
he's
people
worth like $500 million, maybe somewhere around there. I don't know what the valuation of this Rock deal is with Daggio anymore. I don't know where that went or what they dropped. I don't know what happened, right? But like, if his money's if he has to pay even half of this 55 million that's up against him, right?
Yeah,
that's like what 25 million, 27.5 million that he'd have to pay out of pocket there. He's already paid her 30, right? So you're losing money there. Your business opportunities, I don't know what he has going on, right? The respect is gone.
Yeah.
Right? Anyone associated with him is in a weird place.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like damage is done there for sure, but I don't know.
Unfortunately, it feels like he got away with it, right?
Well, let's move on to vacations.
Okay.
According to a City News article, people... Oh, where is it? Out of here. There it is. Canadians planning summer vacations despite financial worries. Despite worries about the economy and cost of living, Canadians seem to be making the choice to head out on summer vacations, and many are making sacrifices in other areas to make memories and meaningful experiences. A survey from BMO finds more than 3/4 of Canadians plan on traveling this summer, with a majority of those planning to spend as much or even more on their vacations than they did in 2024. The average budget, according to BMO, Real Financial Progress Index, is $3,825 for flights, hotels, accommodations, rentals, gas, and food. However, many of those vacations may look a little different than in years past, with almost 60% opting to travel within Canada to save money, and more than half saying they will otherwise alter their plans because of the rising cost of inflation. So these people are like, we don't care how much we're struggling. We don't care how much the economy's struggling. We're going to go on vacation.
I mean, at some point, you do have to keep living your life, right? It's not like people are going to stop vacationing.
Yeah. What's your guys' thoughts on this?
I think people are like done being depressed and stuff.
Yeah, we already stopped.
Right.
And
we need to go on vacation, man. I just need a vacation. I'm tired of not having money. Let's just go spend some money.
Yeah, I feel
but
like
they're staying within Canada, right? That's the article said.
Yeah, and it keeps saying that they're doing it for financial reasons, right? Even though Canada is going to make you believe that it's for other.
Even the amount they indicated is not much. You're not going to get an all-inclusive, like a
that didn't seem crazy high.
Yeah.
Was that for a couple?
I think that was for a family.
That was a family vacation.
That's not even that much.
Yeah, $3,800 and nothing for a family vacation. Like when we went to Disney,
like Mexico or Disney, don't even.
Tens of thousands of dollars.
But
yeah, like to me, I feel like there is this, like, I'm always of the type that like get your money right, and then go.
Yeah.
But like to me, I feel like the more that I don't know, grow in life, there is this part of life that's like, you don't get the time back.
Yeah.
Right? And once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Right. And time is like probably your most valuable, I don't know, thing on this earth, right?
Sure.
Who you spend it with, how much of you spend it, right?
Yeah.
Where you spend it. So to me, I feel like you got to be intentional with your time, right?
Yeah.
There's also people out there that will unintentionally, right? They're not working on any kind of goal or anything. They're just working a 9 to 5. They don't see a dream or a vision, or they're not building anything.
Yeah.
They just go to work, come home, go to work, come home. And they just won't go on vacations because they're saving money and they just don't want to go for a very long time for whatever reason. They're investing or they want to buy a house or whatever, right? And you could do that maybe for a year. You could do it for 2 years. How many birthdays, anniversaries, kids, summer holidays, how many are you going to skip?
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm not saying that you should do every single one of those every single year, all the time, go on vacations, right? But like, you can't skip all of them. Then what are you working for?
Yeah. It's like that saying, like, you'll never be this young again. And maybe won't be this young and this healthy again. So it's like, while you have this opportunity, you should take it.
I feel like there's some happy medium there, right? Because people get carried away on both sides. Like, the trip doesn't matter how much it costs. Like, it kind of does.
Yeah.
Sure it does.
Yeah.
You can't just go and book vacations when you don't have the money and going in debt and going credit card debt.
For sure.
Right? But people have to vacation.
Do they have to?
No, like
they
to
have
do
to,
something,
man.
to have fun. I think to what you guys were saying, the period you came out of in the beginning of 2020, people were just ready to spend money, and then you get hit with the recession. It's just like people are tired of being.
Yeah.
I think in Canada specifically, this is even bigger because of the massive mortgages we always talk about, high interest rates, right? And people eventually, I think they were holding on for interest rates are going to come lower.
Exactly.
You know, my life's going to get back to stability where it was, and I'm going to, you know, then I'll go on some vacation.
Yeah.
You're waiting, you know, and then you're waiting, and then you're like, after.
But now we know that like, interest rates aren't budging.
Basically said they're not
like,
going to,
all right.
or they're going to go up, right? So everyone's like, okay,
Let's take out the savings.
it is what it is.
And then like people's perception on like how money is, like I saw like some younger kids, like I don't know, they were talking about like vacations. They're like, when you go to Hawaii, right, you spend 10,000 or something. Or I was like, 10,000 Hawaii. Like if I took my family to Hawaii, we're like $25,000, right? Like
crazy.
It's not that like I feel like the way that you spend money when you're younger, single on vacations, a lot different than when you have a family.
For sure.
And like you're paying for so many people and you care about the accommodations you stay at and how you go to and from the airport to wherever you're going. And
Yeah, when you're young,
it's
you
all
don't
part
care
of
about any of that.
Yeah.
You're just like cheapest option.
Like, well, our most recent like week off, right, this Canada Day, July the 4th week.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I valued outside of obviously spending time with you and our daughter was sleeping, right? Like we went to sleep at 9 p.m. one day and we woke up at 7 and we were like,
We don't get
wow.
to do that.
Right? Like, that was cool.
Yeah.
Right?
It's different.
Which is things I feel like you don't value when you're younger. But yeah, on the financial side of things, like, I do think like what we keep saying here is there's that medium, right? Like if you're going to work hard, have a goal, right? Like if you want to go like a couple years, and you're like, okay, you know, and a husband and wife on the same track, and you're like, all right, these 2 years we're not doing anything, and after that, we're gonna go on something
That
pretty
doesn't
cool.
really work either.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Every 6 months, you get the itch.
Yeah, for me, like she just needs to be like, should we go to Jamaica? I'm like, all right, where? Like I'm already. So she doesn't even say it to me.
I mean, vacationing in Canada would probably save you a lot. Our dollar is like tanking.
I mean, I guess, but like you end up spending money, man. You end up spending money.
Go to Banff, right?
Yeah, go to the west.
Go to Banff. I don't know.
Banff's probably so overcrowded.
In the summertime, though, like if you have like you know friends and family around, you're at a cottage, it's fun, right? Like if there's a bunch of people get together, or depends on whatever you're into. But yeah, that's it for the main topics. Move on to sports.
So the UFC is going to be coming to the White House, apparently, according to the president. We have a clip of Donald Trump talking about it.
Donnie.
America 250, and I even think we're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have. Does anybody watch UFC? The great day in the world. We're going to have a UFC fight. We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little. We're not. Dana's going to do it. Dana's one of a kind. We're going to have a UFC fight, championship fight, full fight, like 20, 25,000 people.
I love how he's just pulling numbers.
Professional events, some amateur events, but the UFC fight's going to be a big deal too. And
This guy just started saying that, and then Dana not Dana, but somebody from the UFC actually confirmed that this is going to happen, or they're looking into making it happen.
Yeah.
And then I think the next day, can you pull up the tweets? So John Jones, we know he just retired. He's like, I re-entered the testing pool. That lasted about 2 weeks. And then you got Conor. He's just like, July 4th, next year is a Saturday, regarding President Trump's UFC White House event. I will be reigning president of Ireland just under 1 year when I step down on the lawns of the White House to throw down.
Oh my God. I feel like this guy is like, you know, when the whole political thing happened, like everyone gets sucked into that energy and like rah rah rah. But even in Canada, you get sucked into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially in the States, like everyone's like right into it, right? So I feel like he's still in that. Like he doesn't realize that everyone's kind of out of that like mojo, right? Because like he's like, I'm gonna go run for president in Ireland, right?
He's seriously running for president, right?
Yeah.
This guy's trying to be president of Ireland. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
He wasn't joking. He thinks that. He's manifesting it. He thinks a year from now he's going to be president and he's going to come to fight in the States. But just seeing that on the White House, I think that would be crazy. Like pay-per-view numbers would be insane.
But what he's saying, he's like, there's going to be 25,000 people there. He's like
25,000, full stadium, you know?
Yeah.
Do it right on the lawn.
And then he's like, not right on the lawn, maybe we'll build it. We won't build it. Somebody will build it. No, it's insane, man. And then John Jones too, right away to jump on it, right? But again, like it could be like we can make fun of it, but like imagine like you have him come in, Aspinall, mega fight.
Then you got Conor on that card.
Connor's going to be coming in as a new president, right? He's going to be sitting beside the U.S. president, right? Maybe they'll be talking some foreign policy, right?
Imagine that.
Right? But yeah, I think it's kind of cool, man, because if it did happen, I think it's like one of those things that kind of like, you know how four nations, like obviously it wasn't on anything political basis, but what is weird is that it kind of makes UFC politicized more, right? Like if
I
that
think
was
naturally that's happening because of Dana and him. This guy's always at the UFCs, always thanking Dana. Dana definitely did help him win that election too. Number of podcasts and stuff he got him on, right?
I mean, then it would be huge, right? If you had arguably one of the greatest of all time in John Jones fighting Tom Aspinall.
I saw that conspiracy too, like, oh, this is what it is. The Aspinall fight's gonna happen at the White House.
Yeah.
It wasn't dodging him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, I'm for it. I thought he was done, but like I'm for it.
Yeah.
If it's gonna happen, who wouldn't want to see that fight? Right.
We also got Joey Chestnut. You guys heard of him?
Hot dog man.
He's that's the only thing. I know this guy's name for some reason.
Bro, you know I read an article the other day that was like even eating one hot dog is bad for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Versus like this guy scarfs down how many?
70 and a half dogs in under 10 minutes.
God damn.
He fell short of his own record. 70 and a half. He fell short of his own record of 76.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, he's won 17 out of the 20 appearances for the mustard belt. That's the belt.
Wow.
Mustard belt.
We have a clip of this guy throwing down, I think.
With 70 would be a remarkable feat. To achieve 70 again.
Watch him here in the last seconds, too. He's going to get
Soak it in water.
Yeah, because he's just swallowing it.
Yo, at what point in your life do you realize this is your talent? It's crazy.
He's been doing it for 17 years, no?
Who is he?
Joey Chestnut.
He's a chestnut goat. Or chestnut. Hot dog goat.
No, but is he somebody or is he just?
This is him. This is him.
Like he doesn't play any other sport. He's never
This is his sport.
This is him.
All right.
Yeah, but that's just him doing his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Is it impressive?
17 times he won this mustard belt. I think it's very
I don't know,
impressive.
food eating contest?
I could never do that, bro.
No, I don't want to do that.
He's the Glizzy King.
Yeah. But I feel like, I don't know, man. Hot dogs. I have nothing there after you said that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We got another story out of Texas Tech. So a player signed there. He's an offensive tackle, Felix Ojo. He signed a historic seven-figure contract with them. Yeah, basically, like, that's crazy. He's making $5.1 million before going to the league. He's probably going to be recruited to the league. So, like, it's kind of like, what does this mean for the future of college athletes? I think a lot of people will be able to make money playing in college where you're not relying on that deal or making it to the league, right? These NIL deals are going to help them out a lot.
Yeah, and this is a revenue sharing deal, right?
Yeah, it's
So
revenue share, yeah.
I feel like a lot of these college athletes, like they don't oftentimes, even though they're promising when they come to college, they don't always make the league.
Exactly, yeah.
It's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right. So then if you have this opportunity to make some money because you're good in college and you're selling out all these seats, selling out all this merchandise, there's people coming and watching. If the college is willing to pay you $5 million, it's probably because they're gonna make some money off
A lot
of you.
more
If
than
they
five.
weren't, then they wouldn't be paying you.
Yeah.
Right. So
They've been making billions of dollars off these kids for so long.
I feel like it's good because otherwise you're kind of exploiting, talent, right? It's not like you're watching high school kids.
For sure.
Right? Like these guys are adults.
Yeah.
Right?
They're ready
in
to
college.
play.
Yeah.
Some of them can play in the league. They're ready, right?
And then you never know, especially with football, injuries in any sport, right? Injuries derail careers, things change, right? And at least these people or these athletes or kids or whatever get the opportunity to make some money for themselves and set their life up.
Like how many times do you hear like a story where the guy was gonna make it to the league, got injured? It could have been great.
Yeah, or even do make it to the league. Right, and get injured before they even really play, like Greg Oden, right? Like things happen all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's cool. I think the NIL in general is good for college. Maybe some people even stay in college. You're not in a rush to get out of there because you can make money while you're there.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. We also got the new Big Three out in Los Angeles. So they signed Deandre Ayton.
Yeah.
A 2-year deal, I think it was.
Yeah.
You got Ayton, LeBron, and Luka.
There you go.
Gonna bring the championship.
Yeah. That's Larry O'Brien right there.
I saw this. I saw this stat too. LeBron now has played after Ayton with 9 first overall draft picks.
Yeah, but a lot of them are past their prime or
Kyrie.
Okay, the only ones that weren't were
AD.
Kyrie and AD, right? The other guys, Shaq past his prime when he came to Cleveland. Greg Oden hadn't even really played until, he played with him. And then now DeAndre Ayton is like...
Is he past his prime? He was in Luka's draft class.
Yeah, I mean, okay, to me, I feel like the thing about him, though, like, he got waived, and the whole rumors circulating around him were, like, about him missing practices or showing up late or not really being involved or whatever. Even in Phoenix, like, remember when they were trying to, like, what were they trying to do? There's something happened with him.
I think he was in Portland for a bit and he couldn't get out of his driveway or something. Is that what you're talking about? He didn't come to the game.
No, not just that.
Yeah.
Like, even when he was in Phoenix, right, with KD, Devin Booker, CP3, like the 4 of them.
Yeah.
Like, I think that whole squad played like 10 games together, 8 games together or something.
Yeah,
they were supposed to be like the next, like, big team or whatever, right? And a lot of there's rumors circulating about him being, I don't know, difficult or not buying in or whatever the hell was going on there.
Kind of sad, right? It's the same, like, kind of Zion gets that rep.
I mean, I don't know what that is, but like,
The potential's there.
If you're talking just basketball specifically, is he a lob threat? Right? Like what Luka kind of likes is like somebody rolling off, elbow wing, rolling to the basket, lob threat, right? Same, like, or somebody coming help defense on the defensive side, just swatting. Like, I don't know if that's Ayton. Ayton's like a mid-range kind of like. I don't know.
We don't see that much of his game. He doesn't play that much.
He doesn't, right? So it's a surprise signing for sure. I don't hate it as much, but also people are like, oh, is LeBron leaving? Are they going to trade him? Or is he going to do? LeBron opted in because he's got a couple of years. And then there was whole talk about
New York.
Or even Luka, right? Like, oh, it's Luka's team. They're catering it around Luka. What do you expect them to do?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be catering the whole squad around Luka at this point? LeBron's like 50 years old. Like, he's out, right? Like, he's not. Why would you be, structuring a whole squad around LeBron?
For sure.
Luka's a future there. Right?
I don't know. I didn't get it. I don't think it does anything.
Yeah.
And the last thing we got here is Mitch Marner is done. The core 4 is officially over. He got his money. He got $96 million for 8 years. He seemed really sad to leave. He left. He like pinned a letter. Kept seeing that thing circling with him as a kid. Like, oh, I love the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
That video. We got a clip of him though and his new threads.
That looks so cool.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Your brother's son, I think. Yeah. Check the number too.
Gilmore.
That's crazy, eh? They did a whole celebration. Obviously, like a premier talent in the league, right? They rolled out the red carpet for him. Even that number, he said in his press conference, why'd he pick 93? He said, my dad was a Doug Gilmore fan. Clearly, he's been a Leafs fan his whole life. He's wanted to play on the team. The hometown kid gets to play on the team and doesn't get done. He doesn't get the job done, right? And on top of that, the Leafs missed out on all the big names too in free agency, like Marchand, Bennett re-signed. I was thinking they're going to get Brock Besser maybe to replace this guy. Nothing really there. So there's no direct replacement, but he did kind of help them, I guess. The sign and trade, they got a centerman. He's like a third line centerman. Nick Roy kid.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't a move, I feel like, for right now, for this year.
Yeah.
Right. It's for future.
Yeah.
Right. You get that salary.
It was done. You gotta, like, that whole experiment's over. I don't think any other organization would have gave these guys this long of a leash. You give them a decade.
Yeah.
Somebody would have broke that up in the middle there.
You know, like, this has nothing to do with Marner, but the Nyes contract, I feel like it's going to be one of the best value contracts in the NHL.
Give it 3 years.
I think give it 2 years.
Yeah.
With Matthews, if Nyes is firing with Nylander, like, he could be the next dude, right?
That's the thing.
He's supposed to be making what, like $4 million a year, something like that, somewhere around there.
I'm not sure the exact number, but your contract, it was team friendly deal.
Yeah, which, like, if he does that, like, he could be a superstar.
That's the only thing you can do. That's the conclusion you have to draw, right? They believe in this kid. They're like,
and there's
willing to let him walk.
I don't know, the trade deadline, you know. I don't know. There's always other things that you can do, right? During the season.
For sure. They do have a lot of cap space left. They can fill out the team. I think they'll still do well.
I think they're going to be competitive, and I'm always going to say that, right? And then we'll see. And we'll see what happens, right? But, like, the experiment didn't work out. I don't think you can put it all on Marner's shoulders like everyone's doing. Yeah. And they're just like, yeah, man, it's good riddance.
Nah, man, he's one of the top, for the longest time. I don't know about last year. Probably last year, too. Top 10 player in the league, right? It sucks to lose him. He's going to do really well there, too. It's not like he's not. He's a good player. It's a weird situation. He was sad leaving.
Yeah.
He didn't really want to leave, but he's just like, what else am I going to do when he left?
Yeah. I mean, it's weird if the city that you're playing for doesn't want you anymore. You're like, yeah, all right, man, peace.
What do you expect, right?
Yeah, you suck. Whoa. That's what the city kind of did there. I'm not saying that he's still a premier talent, but whatever. Let's move on. That's it for the sports segment?
Yeah.
Move on to off topic.
Okay, so there was an incident on a Disney cruise ship that got a lot of attention. Basically, a 5-year-old girl fell off the 4th deck of the ship into the water. So they're like man overboard. But right away, without hesitation, her dad jumped in, found her in the water, saved her, was treading water for 20 minutes, holding her while the rescue boat came and saved them. And they both are okay after falling into the water. We have a small clip of just the rescue footage.
Damn.
Like, since it happened, there's been like swimmers and divers like weighing in on it. And it's very difficult once somebody falls overboard to be able to locate them.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is because of how quickly like the dad jumped in right after her to get her, is why he was able to find her in the water. Do you see how small they look? Like once you're in there, it's really hard. And then to keep them afloat for 20 minutes in rough water like that.
20 minutes he treaded water?
Yeah.
Yeah, even jumping from that high of a cruise ship,
the impact.
You don't realize how high it is, man. To just jump.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. That's pretty brave of him, man.
A life jacket? No, right?
No, she fell. So there were like rumors circulating.
I saw something too, like he was holding her and then he threw her. I heard that.
He threw her? What?
No, he was holding her up.
Oh, and then she slipped and fell.
I heard people saying
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I've heard a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Who would throw their kid then jump in after them though?
I heard it
They
was
wanted to
that
be a hero.
really.
No.
That's what I heard.
Oh,
The internet's a crazy place,
that must
eh?
be,
Make sure-
Like,
but
I was
heard
like-
that like they put her on the ledge to take a picture, and that's how she fell in. But that was also debunked. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, you look at that, like we don't know what's true or not,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like we used to be in a place where like things would happen and you'd be like, that's pretty amazing, right? And
Yeah.
like, yo, it's a dad, the daughter falls,
Yeah.
he jumps right in, he saves her.
cool
He
seeing
does it right now, and they're like, what's wrong with this? What did he do?
Yeah, no. When I first
Does he have an Instagram account?
heard
How many
what
followers?
happened, everybody was like, "That's so amazing!" Like
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying. But
Yeah.
right away, the internet took over, and it was
Yeah.
like, "Nope,
Yeah.
something's wrong."
I mean, kudos to him. That's cool.
That's cool. That's amazing, man. Like to be able to save your kid's life, not just to be a hero or whatever, man. Like if you're a parent, if your kid does, my daughter could be, if a little kid shoves her, I'm like, oh, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
Right? Like right away. Like, or if she even feels sad, like if we've taken her to an amusement park before, if she gets scared, this frightening look on her face,
Yeah.
it makes my heart sink.
Yeah.
Man. I'm like, no, you're gonna be okay. I got you, right? Or like anytime, like, and as a parent, that's a completely different story. But you're constantly battling, like, when to, be like, I got this, and I'm gonna help fix this problem for
Yeah.
you, and when to be like, no, you got this. Like, get up, you can do this, right? But like in this situation, like, yeah, man, if your kid falls overboard, right, like
That's so scary.
it's it's one of the scariest
crazy,
things that can
though.
happen to a parent, right? Like you watching your kid, like what would you do?
I jump.
You jump.
Yeah.
I'd jump in, but I can't swim.
What would you do?
just-
That would
Grab me and push
Like
me
Simmer,
over.
Simmer told me, she's like, I wouldn't want you to jump in, then I'm gonna lose both of you guys.
Yeah,
Like, what's the point?
honestly, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. So I
Then
can
you're
say I
losing
tried.
both.
I can't live with that.
Yeah, no. I feel like the whole family, the
I
whole
need
squad
swimming
jumps in,
lessons.
man.
That's
Like
what,
I think
that's
everyone
what this
just
taught
jumps
me.
in.
I need to learn how to swim.
That or just don't go on a cruise.
I will never go on a cruise.
Yeah, she hates
There's also that. Like I've never been on a cruise. Have you
Simmer
guys?
has.
You have?
Yeah.
Did you like it or no?
Well, I didn't. Well, yeah, I hate
I just, I didn't, yeah. I just seen videos of the rooms. They look
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like a jail cell. Like
Yeah.
it's depending on which cruise you go to, but they're all relatively small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I almost feel like I'd rather be on a resort than a cruise.
Yeah, and you're just always on water. And did you guys see that episode of Patriot Act with Hassan Minaj about cruise ships?
Yeah.
Maybe not. I can't.
did
What's
watch
it?
it.
It's about cruise ships, and it was just about like you're basically on international waters, and like any crime can be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like somebody like literally throws you overboard.
Yeah, yeah.
There is no trace of you. Like that,
Yeah.
it's very dangerous.
Mm.
And like I just don't like them.
Yeah.
No, it's yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
He was treading water for 20 minutes.
That's hard.
Yeah, this story alone, like my intrusive thoughts took over. Like I'm never going on a cruise again. What if she falls?
Yeah.
Have you been
Yeah.
on a cruise?
Never.
No.
no.
I've never really
You're not
wanted
missing
to.
much.
Even like the constant sway the whole time. Like
You
I
don't
don't
really
really
feel it
Okay.
because like
It's such a big boat.
yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't feel that. I just feel like because of the size of the rooms and like just
Even the washroom, like where's the water coming from?
that's what you're concerned with.
Yeah.
And if it's rocky, sometimes you do feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, seasickness.
I'm not even concerned about those things. To me, I'm like I'd rather just be on a beach in a hotel, right? Like if I'm
Well,
gonna do
it
that.
stops at
Yeah.
beaches.
But even that, like I remember ours stopped and it only stops for the day. So you only have like 8 a.m. till like 5 p.m. to like get everything you need to get done. And it just feels rushed. Like I'd rather just go to that place. and
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Clearly, we're
People
not
love
cruise people.
cruises.
Yeah.
I know of like friends that go on numerous cruises.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it like an old people thing?
I guess I'm
or
an
like
old person.
Disney cruise, right? That's a big one.
Yeah, that's what this
That's
was.
the
This
one
was
on,
a cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, just go to Disney World.
We're
man.
boycotting
Just go to
cruises.
Disney. Yeah, we're not going on any cruises.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, so the next story is actually another incident at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. So it was a DoorDash delivery driver. He's trying to deliver food to a customer, and he ended up driving on to the airport tarmac. Like, I don't know how he just like bypassed security. He said he got lost.
He's like, I just followed the GPS.
And he's just there. So we have a little clip of it.
Just drive right through it.
That's crazy.
Just like right up.
In a red car. How is nobody around him?
Oh
No,
my god.
that's crazy.
Like with TS.
Wait, did he make the delivery?
No, then he got told to leave, but he wasn't arrested, and it really like, I guess like kind of exposes all the like security flaws.
Yeah, like
how is someone able to do that?
To the tarmac. Like, where is that?
Yeah, how do you even get there?
I don't know.
You'd have to go through some gate or something.
A wrong way somewhere.
No, typically, like, because way back in the day before I went to university and everything, I used to drive taxi, and like I used to be around airport.
Yeah.
And like whenever whenever you're around an airport, there are certain back streets and stuff that do, whenever you're dropping people off to airports and stuff that work at the airport, you go through those gates and stuff. But they usually have like key cards, but it's not like some massive like security, like a prison or something.
But
it's like a chain link
how
fence.
easily he got there is concerning.
I'm pretty sure you can
Just
like
go?
I don't think it's
But
that.
even as an individual, like when you start driving and you're beside planes, wouldn't you think? I think I went the wrong way.
Like wrong place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see an airport. Look, I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just saying you're asking me how it could possibly happen. No, I'm saying I could see it happening if you're stupid, right? Like, I don't know.
Like, don't you think the airport security should have been better?
Right?
Like, how can someone just
There's
drive
definitely
up to
that
the
too,
tarmac?
right? Like, look at us. We talk about like taking shoes off. Weren't you the one that was complaining about like people that don't take their shoes off?
Yeah, it's
those
annoying.
same people, like this
on the
guy's
tarmac.
driving. You know.
I wonder if one of the guys, like the baggage guys, called it. Like, how do you end up there?
Yeah.
That's like one of those like somebody just follows the GPS. Doesn't
Did you guys
check.
see that one guy? I saw this old guy. He ended up on these stairs. I don't know, these famous stairs. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Stairs.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, there's some famous steps or something somewhere.
Yeah.
And this was a European country, and this man just following his GPS, he was going to work.
On the car.
Yeah, he was in a
he was
car.
driving down the steps.
What are those steps called?
Spanish steps?
I think so, maybe.
Italy?
Yeah, in Rome.
I don't know
Yeah, I
exactly
think
where,
it's
but like very famous steps.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to drive on. This guy was driving his car down it.
Drive on any steps.
Yeah. But same situation, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, tell me to turn right.
Yeah.
All right. Drive down.
That episode of The Office, you remember, where they just go into the river, or they go into
Just following the GPS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably what this guy was doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we got from.
Okay, let's move on to the question segment. So for the first question, can you guys name the 7 countries that end in land? Land.
Greenland,
Iceland, Switzerland,
Yeah.
I'm blanking.
Poland.
Yeah.
Iceland. Poland.
Any in Africa?
Land? You got 4. 3 left.
No.
You said Switzerland?
I said Switzerland. England.
Yeah.
Does England count?
Yeah, it does. It's a
It's a
country.
country.
Oh.
He doesn't know the difference between
Scotland.
England and United Kingdom.
I do.
No, you don't.
How many?
I'm acting.
England wasn't on the list.
Oh no.
Oh.
Scotland.
See? It doesn't
Scotland is-
Ireland.
I said Ireland.
Scotland,
I
Ireland.
feel like we got them all.
Yeah.
What are we missing?
We said them so fast she couldn't even say it.
Like, I'm trying to check off what you got.
Okay, we said I was gonna say
Poland, Switzerland,
Yeah.
Ireland, Scotland,
Greenland.
Greenland, Iceland.
So Greenland is not a country.
God damn it.
Oh, it's a continent, isn't it?
No.
Oh. I didn't know
So
that.
there's 1, 2, 3 more left.
All Europe?
Nope.
Give us a hint.
Asia.
Yeah, one is
Oh, Thailand.
Yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah.
2 more?
Uh-huh.
South America.
Canada land.
There's 2 left, right?
Anything in Asia?
No.
Where the hell are they?
South America? There's
Yeah.
no what?
I don't know.
It's not South America.
It has to be Europe.
It has to be Europe.
Oh, it can't be Australia.
What the nothing else out there?
Starts with New.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more.
Starts with New.
That's the only one you got?
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it? What continent?
I don't know.
Would we know the country? Have we heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like I just can't think of it.
Is it somewhere we've been?
Well, yeah. Okay, Europe. Is it Europe?
Romania, Costa Rica.
Close to
No,
Russia.
I'm thinking of the area in my head.
Russia?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Nope.
Denmark land.
Sweet, no.
China, Russia.
No.
What the hell is close to Russia?
Should I tell you guys?
Iran,
What's this start?
Iraq, Afghanistan.
Finland.
Finland.
Yeah.
Okay, we got most
What
of
the
it.
hell I was naming?
yeah. What calculation was happening over there?
I don't know. I was thinking, could I just looked at this thing?
Hey, right?
Okay.
Okay, and for the last,
I couldn't. No.
The globe.
Yeah.
For the last question, so your sibling can be rich for life, but they'll never speak to you again. Do you choose their happiness, financial happiness, or your relationship?
They're rich for life.
Yeah,
The
but then
rich will be happy.
you never talk to them
Whatever.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. What's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
because
yeah.
the alternative is what? He talks to you again and then you guys just
live normally
Yeah.
and you have a relationship.
So nothing changes and you have a relationship.
or something good happens to your
You get a
Yeah.
bunch of money.
He gets
But you
a lot
can
of
never
money.
talk to them again.
Yeah, that's fine. Let him get a bunch of money.
right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Wish him
If
well.
you want that, yeah.
But would you want that? What if you were the sibling that got the money and then your brother
If I was
stopped
a
talking to
sibling?
you? Would you want that?
Yeah.
Would you?
I don't think
I'm
so.
gonna wish my sibling well. They better wish me well too. Shit.
I would want them to wish me well, but would I? Yeah, who?
But you wouldn't want to wish
Yeah,
them
wait.
well.
No. I'm saying
You
like,
would want to wish them well.
oh my god, no. I'm saying that like, I don't know what I'm saying.
Passing up a lot of money is hard, but I think the relationship would suck. Yo. I'm used to talking to my brother like all the time.
Every day.
Yeah, every day I work with them.
So then, so you would
nothing
never
changes.
have a relationship with
I
them
live a
again.
pretty good life. I think it's fine.
Oh shit, Indy's leaving the money on the table.
Yeah, for once.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you do?
I would keep the relationship with my sibling.
Damn, you guys are morally sound today. Suckfear?
I'd let my sibling be
Be
The
rich?
money? Yeah. Okay.
I don't think there's a wrong answer here.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a wrong answer here because either you're letting the sibling be really rich, or keeping the relationship is selfish and you're being selfish.
Not really.
Not really. It's for both of you. Yeah.
But what if that person doesn't want it?
Yeah, imagine
That's
telling
the
your
difference.
sibling like, yo,
Yeah, if you're
listen,
not cool with your sibling,
Like, what
then
if they know
no,
that?
even if you're cool,
That they
but then
could've
you
been
don't want to
rich?
give them money if you're not cool with them.
what if like you're secretly really jealous, right? And you're just like, no, man, I love you, but really you just don't want him to
You're
have more
gonna be
money.
jealous, regardless, even how much you love them. They're like just like flying in private jets,
And they hate you now, and there's no relationship.
Yeah, and
No
they hate you on top of it.
Yeah.
so you don't even get that much.
You didn't even get that, and then you got to see him flaunt every day on Instagram.
Damn.
That's hard.
All right.
Yeah, with that, remember, we're not experts on anything, and you guys should always do your own research despite what anyone else says, us included, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Take care, everybody.